So let's talk baseball. We hit we hit these milestones, Memorial Day weekend, because the season's so long. We have to do something. So what strikes you at this point in the baseball season?
Is anybody sort of pretty much rooting for the new Yankees, the more outgoing Yankees, the not so tied up Yankees? Yeah, look at Juan Soto, for example. Juan Soto is not the type of player the Yankees would have went for before. You got to be buttoned up. You got to be straight-laced. Same thing with Marcus Stroman, who's pitching extremely well for the Yankees. Same sort of thing, pipe it down a little bit. It's all about the team. You know what cures all that? Winning. Winning cures all of that stuff of, I like to keep things buttoned up and clean and professional. The Yankees are changing their persona. I kind of have to say I like it.
All right, I'm really not on board.
What is he talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about? The buttoned-up Yankees are actually loosening up and still winning, still without Gary Cole.
It's not fun. Who has fun in cheering for the Yankees?
I'm not cheering for them. I just like their new sort of style.
And there's some kind of sacrilegious thing going on here with a Mets fan.
Well, we're terrible.
Praises the
we're
Yankees.
absolutely right, and I believe that our closer is actually tipping pitches. I'll say that out loud.
Whoa!
I think he doesn't know it, but I think everybody knows what's coming, and everyone's hitting it.
But you know it.
Oh, I know. There must be some explanation for our top-notch closer blowing saves year in and year out. What are the other chances that somebody knows what's coming before it comes?
All right, I knew. See, we get good if you turn it towards the Mets.
Oh, by the way,
anger and the emotion comes
and
out.
by the way, we offered Pete Alonso $160 million, and it wasn't enough. Okay, all right. So.
What has impressed you so far?
So it's not so much impressed as confused. Like just talking personally, I'm a Toronto Blue Jays fan, bigger Toronto Blue Jays fan back in the day than I am now. But like this was supposed to be the renaissance the last 3-4 years. You had these brilliant young players in Bichette and Guerrero, and I mean you had guys winning MVPs and guys winning Cy Youngs, and it was always right around the corner. And for some reason, despite all of the talent they've had on this team over the last 3-4 years, they just can't figure out a way to make it work, and it is infuriating the way that they give up leads. It doesn't make any sense. How are they not scoring runs with all the firepower that they
still have that roster and they're in last place?
It doesn't make any freaking sense. You got a city that supports them. They go out and they watch the games now that the talent's there. You have the name on the roster. You have what's supposed to be the bats, and it just doesn't work.
You know what's interesting? The big budget teams like the Yankees, Dodgers, same sort of thing. They all look great starting off of the year, and then somewhere along the line, some team like the Texas Rangers comes out of nowhere, comes some sort of run. People can't figure out Tampa Bay and how they're able to make their runs late. To your point, they went out there and it looked like they made all the right moves, Toronto, and it's still not working.
And here's the thing, they didn't even commit major dollars. These were guys they all brought up through their system, right? Like these aren't major. You had a window and the window is now closing and it's heartbreaking.
And Vlad Guerrero was at one point on par with Ohtani. Those two were neck and neck for the MVP race. But that seems like a decade ago. Well, it isn't, but it seems like.
You bring up Ohtani. I mean, there was so much faith in Toronto as a franchise. There was even whispers that Ohtani was signing in Toronto this offseason. He was going to be the missing piece, and here we are.
My thing is Paul Skenes.
Oh, do
both
tell.
know Paul Skenes?
Yes.
Boy. So Pittsburgh, he's the big next thing. He's had 2 major league starts, and his second one he comes out, he's on a pitch limit. He goes 6 no-hit innings with a walk and 11 strikeouts. And he throws over half his pitches at 100 miles an hour. First pick of the draft, the most recent draft. And he's going to be, if he stays healthy, he's going to be amazing.
Are you okay with them pulling him hitless 6 innings on the pitch count?
Well, he was never going to be able to go 9.
Okay, but you don't want to see how far he can go and keep that hitless streak going? Look at you. What happened to you?
Well,
what happened to you?
When he's got 5 years under it. The Strasburg thing is still so fresh.
What team does he play for? The Pittsburgh Pirates?
Yeah. Well, he'll be there a couple years, right, Joe?
That's a hopeful voice right there. That's a hopeful voice. He doesn't get lured away by the big budget teams.
No, you haven't seen it. By the end of the year, if he keeps this up, he's going to be the #1 attraction, I think, in Major League Baseball. Man, he's
over
the real
Shohei?
deal.
I don't know. All he's doing is hitting. He hasn't even pitched again yet.
We've seen that though. We haven't seen a guy like him in a long time, I don't think.